Good evening, good afternoon or good morning. Welcome to Hellywell's Kitchen. My name is Andy and today I'm going to be making some rustic rolls in 1.5 hours. So let's run through the ingredients I'm using today. I've got the Asda organic strong white bread flour. It's got a protein content of 13%. The one I have been using, however, the Aldi strong white bread flour, has a content of only 11.5%. So don't get too hung up on the protein contents of your bread flour when you're starting out. It all works. The reason I'm using this though is it's sold out of the Aldi one. It's only 59p for 1.5 kilos. But I do use the Aldi fast action yeast. Now, if fresh yeast is the Rolls Royce of the yeast world, and sourdough starter is the Model T Ford of the yeast world, this is the Lamborghini of the yeast. So I'm using this because I'm making rolls in 1.5 hours. I want something that's going to be working fast. So it's a fast action today. The oil, I do like the cold pressed rapeseed oil. It's got quite a nice flavour to it, but you can use this vegetable oil. Now, my mate Henry said, I don't like that cheap vegetable oil. He said I like the Tesco finest rapeseed oil for cooking his food in. I said, well, if you look at the label on the ingredients, it does normally say 100% rapeseed oil. So it's just that this stuff hasn't got the flavour that the posh stuff has. So you can use olive oil, rapeseed oil, rapeseed vegetable oil, any oil really will do. And that brings me on to the salt. And again, the salt, I'm using sea salt because they say sea salt is better for the yeast and doesn't kill it off like your iodized stuff. But in reality, you can use either. It's not going to affect your yeast. So I've got the posh stuff, so I'm going to use the posh stuff up. The only other thing I'm using as well, I've got the semolina. This is a pizza one, and if you look on the label, it says Rimacinata. It's the finest of the flour. It's milled quite finely for pizza making. So I'm going to use that for dusting the crust before it goes into the oven. It's merely for flavour. You can use the coarse stuff if you've only got coarse semolina in your cupboard, just use that. So that is it for the ingredients. The water, however, I'm using a filtered water because we're in a hard water area and we've got chlorine and all sorts in our water, so I'm going to use that. If you just use tap water, it won't make much of a difference. It's just, they do say that the chlorine will inhibit the yeast or maybe even kill it off, but I don't think that's a bit of an old wives' tale. I don't think that's going to make much difference. So if you just use tap water, just use tap water. Anyway, I'll just get ready and we'll set off making rustic rolls in 1.5 hours. Let's see how we go. Cheers.